Hello and welcome everybody to another Ascension video. Oh wait, okay, this isn't Ascension. So anyways, giving this a go. I won't probably do this too often on this channel anyway. But trying out a MTG Cube draft. Haven't done that in a little while. But this is something that I think directly relates to Ascension in some ways. Now, this is Legacy Cube, and I'm having to pick here. I don't have a lot of time, as it were, to kind of go into the details and explain what all this is. So hopefully you guys are kind of familiar with this. I think I'm choosing between Grizzlebrand and Karn Liberated. A little bit difference between choosing between like Arbiter of the Precipice and whatever various other cards. I think I'm taking Grizzlebrand. Yeah. In Legacy Cube, I think that we like Animator is pretty strong, and if I can start out on track for that, that's certainly a deck I could play. So now I have an Exhume. I'm pretty sure that's my pick. I'm going to go ahead and reserve that. Pestermite is a combo card. Works with Splinter Twin. Darkslick Shores is something I would be interested in having, but hopefully there will be actual dual lands that come around. Monastery Mentor is actually, I think, a pretty powerful card. Ravages of War, but tends to not be in the kind of decks I like to play. Exhume is definitely my pick here. I'm going to need some discard outlets. Make is another card that could make shift in this deck. Could do a shift for me. By the way, what happened here is after 3 years of owning this laptop, I have finally figured out how to record with it. That's very well hidden information. So I just want to do this at least once. Dragon Silumgar is, in case things fall through, I could go Silumgar, Preordain. Kyranos is a good card. There's a lot of really good options here, I think. I think what I'm going to do is take... Is it Preordain or Sleight of Hand if I took one of those? Okay. Unfortunately, we've had a little bit of a freeze. Okay, hopefully we're okay. Serve the Dragon Lord and had the freeze. I think I'll just take the Dragon Lord and not make it too complicated, and hopefully things will work out okay. This is my first time testing this out in an actual event. Alright, so I got my card. I'm not sure that was the best pick there. Like I said, I haven't done this in a while. I think I missed the last Cube cycle, but I do tend to do a lot of Cube drafts. It's about the main thing I do with Magic these days. Talrand is okay. Vindicate's pretty good. Nothing here that's really exciting, I think. Hypnotic Spectre's more like a mediocre to poor card, I think, in Legacy Cube a lot of the time. If I could splash for Vindicate, I think I'm going to go with the Talrand for now. I don't know that that's where I'm going to be at, but we're just waiting to see what opens up. But I like going into blue-black here for my reanimate strategy. So there's a dual land, which is interesting because red sometimes assists with this strategy, but I think Luterial Core is probably the premium card here for a deck that already, wants to be this reanimate deck. I've got a couple of targets already and a reanimate spell. It's a great start. So Elspeth's a great card, but it's not where I'm at right now. Gifts is way too hard to ever get going. Goblin Guide's there, and so mono red is pretty open probably, as it is a lot of the time, and can be pretty good when it is open. I'm not taking Arena over Looter. I'm not taking the dual land over Looter. So, miscalculation. Fits right in there, I think, with this kind of deck. I think Living Death is usually just more mana than you want to be having to spend. Verdant Catacombs could be fantastic if I get a dual land. I hope it's on color. Might be better than Miscalculation. I like counterspells though, a lot. So I go with the miscalculation, I think. I think the spell at this point is actually more important. Of course, there's the dual land that would have worked fantastically with that fetch land, but I'll probably still take the dual land. Dark Ritual is a powerful card, but I don't, I'm not there yet. Search for Kanta, probably has some potential in this deck. I think I like the Watery Grave best. Careful Consideration is a consideration. Literally a card that, I might, but I'm not gonna here. Not over the Watery Grave. I'm for things like Thirst for Knowledge, Compulsive Research. Cards that will be slightly more efficient. But I do like a good Careful Consideration. So here, I'm starting to run out of cards I really, really want that disfigure against the right deck. At least it's a sideboard card that I might want to play. I don't know what the probabilities of me splashing or Seachrome Coast would be fine. Sometimes I tend to feel like that maybe if I don't take a dual land that belongs to a player who's in a similar type deck, that maybe they take this one and I get the one that fits me better. I don't know if that's really true or not, but I think it's possible at times, so I'll leave that dual land there. Force Spike is cool. I like Force Spike. I already have Miscalc, but I'll put these on the board. Wretched Confluence. It's not bad at all, but I think I'm going to take the Force Spike, and at the moment try to kind of stay tempo with it, with my alternate game plan, when I'm not reanimating. So just have some counter spells and some control. Try to hang in there till I can combo out. And then I think Negate is pretty great here. Help me win any control matchups. I don't think Dreadshade that I'll be in that much black. Nothing else here really strikes me as something that I'm likely to play at all at any point in this tournament. I don't know if Negate's a sideboard card. It's probably a main deck card, actually. Sleight of Hand, I think, is slightly better than Miloku. I just can't stop myself. These jokes seem to keep mirroring each other. Alright. Sleight of Hand. Yes. I want that. So, Volrath Stronghold. I kind of hate playing against Perforos. Might just take that. I don't think I'm playing the Stronghold. That'll be a good drafter. I take the Stronghold. I think it's possible, just unlikely. I think Forbid actually could be okay. It's not an ideal counterspell for me, but if things come together in a certain way and I need that one more enabler, it does have buyback that involves, like, say, discarding Grizzlebrand. Edric is just a better card. And I got Dark Ritual back. Okay, so that's something that, it could happen. One thing I won't do is draft Storm, no matter how strongly it's passed to me. I like winning at Magic, so. Okay, this guy, what's he do? There's a battlefield, exile cards, top your deck, tell you roll on the card, put that card in your hand. Repeat this process. Okay, so you can get more cards. There's the battlefield. So, okay. Until you roll an online card. Okay, so you can get more cards off of it than one, but that's unlikely. Liliana is a reanimate spell by herself. I think the Bloodstained Mire. I think I'm going to probably be able to get more powerful targets and spells than reanimate targets and reanimate spells. At least the actual spell reanimate is gone, but all is not lost. Okay, Emrakul, the Promised End. Am I anywhere close to that? I have Sleight of Hand. I have, I have some instants. Don't know how I'm getting like creatures and enchantments and artifacts in the graveyard yet. Architect of Thought is pretty average. An iron sideboard to get my Watery Grave. I just take Duress. I'm pretty okay with Duress, I think. I'm afraid I'm forcing too hard, but I think I'm okay. I got a pretty good start, so I just need a couple more cards that are pretty good here to make my reanimate work. So, don't really want to shy away from a deck that's half made. Careful study, you say? Okay, deal. That is probably without a doubt the pick. I know I don't have a lot of reanimation spells yet, but it's a second or maybe third enabler, depending how you look at it. I'm hoping for like an Entomb. I don't know if this deck is 100% open, but the fact that there's a Careful Study in the pack leads me to believe it's at least somewhat open. Either that or that this pack just had every reanimate card in it. So, Careful Study into Remand. Remand is good. The Locust God. Oh, Entomb. Didn't see Entomb there to start with. Okay, so that's what I'll be taking. That guy he's cool to reanimate. He's like an army in a can. I don't like it. But anyway, Entomb I think is the card, because now I take Entomb. Like, Remand is cool, but like, if I take Entomb, then I'm going to need like one more dude that I really want to reanimate at least, and then I'm going to need a couple more ways to reanimate. But the deck is almost there. Maybe I get like a Shelldock Isle or something. That'd be sweet. Jace, Bryn's Prodigy is another way to pitch a creature to reanimate, which, I mean, I think is fine. Like, it's tough at this point to take a lot more enablers, but there's nothing really better in this pack. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll take another enabler and just make it more consistent. The Dragon Skull Summit, possible, but at this point, like, I don't think I'm going to need red, because I'm just going to have so many enablers in blue. Probably not going to want to be in red. The other duels really are that tempting. Scavenging Ooze might be a decent hate draft, but I can probably just find a way to kill it, like even Disfigure or something works a lot of time. Okay, Phantasmal Image is just really good value. Upheaval is also, you know, it's a game-winning card in certain decks. I don't really have the things yet that make it that. Murderous Cut is really good as well. So there's a lot of good options here. I think I'm going with the Image. I think I like that a little bit better than the Murderous Cut at this point. It's like another alternative way that I can win. Like, there's other ways to kill a creature, but Image can actually just literally win the game if it copies the right thing. So, still looking for that reanimate card. Part the Water Veil, Muldrifter stand out here as potentials, and Slaughter Pact is okay. Non-black does matter though. Aetherborn's good against aggro, but I'm not really like heavily in black, and I don't have a lot of duels. I would have probably enough duels. I'm gonna take the Muldrifter, I think, because they create kind of a backup plan for me here, hopefully. I don't think I'm at this point, but okay. So, got Relic of Progenitus, which is a card I do not want to play against. This is also one reason why I believe the Qs are way, way better for those of you that maybe play a lot of Magic online. I mean, it's just a real draft. Like, reasons that you would pick cards are legitimate. Like, if you play like the leagues, there's no real reason here to pick Relic of Progenitus. There's nothing better in this pack to take, though. That's a legit draft. It's not something I'll be playing, but it's a legitimate card that I should draft here in that situation, I think, in a real draft. So, okay, Stratus Dancer, possibly. Okay, right now I'm kind of digging deep for, like, you know, if there's a need for a backup plan. Like, I've got Dragon Lord, I've got Muldrifter, so I have some cool value stuff. Alright, I'll take the Stratus Dancer. Like, it's not where I want to be, don't get me wrong. You know, maybe I'd take the Deceiver Exarch. That's obviously a strategy that's open. It's unlikely that I'm going to switch to that deck, though. But I don't think I'm playing Bloodghast or any of the other cards in this pack. I'm going to be playing Inferno Titan. I have a lot of discard outlets, so if I pick up enough reanimate spells to make it work, Inferno Titan could matter. So I'm taking that. I like Ophenomancer, I like Vincer. I think it's Vincer. Because that fits a lot better with like my backup plan too, I think. Well, they're both pretty good in that plan, but Vincer's just in a Legacy Cube type environment, pretty good. Maybe shouldn't have ignored the red splash duels. Because Locust God here, you know, let's take it. Maybe I get that duel back. I don't think Teferi is really where I want to be. Nah, I'm more likely to play Teferi, actually. I'm not going to play it, but I'm not going to play Locust God either, so... well, I guess with Reanimate. Bone Shredder is the card I'm most likely to side in out of that pack. So, and I'm just going to take the Mana Torture Hydra. Why not? And I will make the choice of Phyrexian Rager angrily. So, Inferno Titan is only going to be able to make the deck if I get the Reanimate spells. Right now I'm regretting the Mannequin pick, where I could have had... Woo! Jace the Mind Sculptor. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. Underground Sea. Pretty great. Love how they threw those in the same pack for me. So, the only problem I do have is it's not really a Jace the Mind Sculptor deck, but I don't know what that means. But, like, I guess, like, I can probably pick up some more removal and stuff, though. Okay. I talked myself into the best Planeswalker in Magic. I did it. Alright, now we need a reanimate spell. Chainer's Edict is my removal spell that maybe I'm looking for. Tempest Djinn. I mean, I could switch almost to mono blue. I've got 3, 4, 5 cards that would have to leave the deck. That's a lot. That's probably not going to happen. I've got Negate, Talrand, Stratus Dancer, Teferi that could come in. But, like, those are not great cards. Probably better with Chainer's Edict. I don't think Tempest Djinn is that impressive in this kind of format anyway. It's a big flyer, but... Alright, so I'm going to take the Edict and hope that it's not an all-star. I mean, I hope it is, but... you know, I don't want it to be required. I really want that reanimate spell here. Liliana the Last Hope is not it. Liliana Vess is really slow as a reanimate spell. Don't know what this card does. Draws a card, exiles a card from their hand. If a creature card exiled this way, that player creates a token that's a copy of that card. When it leaves the battlefield, oh. Okay, so that can make Grizzlebrand. At least temporarily. Okay. Alright, why not? Might be my solution to have a way to get Grizzlebrand into play, an alternative way to get Grizzlebrand into play. Man, I would love to have a reanimate spell here. Daze, like I've already got a lot of cards like that. I have 4 spikes for Daze. But Fatal Push is not super impressive either. Don't know what else I'm really looking for in this pack. Maybe Manowar as a backup plan. It might be Manowar actually. That's Fatal Push. Okay, so that's my backup plan is now like control spells and Jace the Mind Sculptor. Like a blue-black and late game deck. Force of Will, that'll work. Creeping Tar Pit's good. I could take Creeping Tar Pit. It kind of adds a little bit of backup for me. But I think I probably like Force of Will better here. It's tough. But it's just such a powerful card. I've already got the Grave, and I've got a blue-black, what is it, red-black fixer, but I'm going to have swamps anyway, so at least 2, maybe 3. So, maybe more. Alright, I think it's Force of Will. I think it's probably a far more impactful card here. Cyclonic Rift, Control Magic, maybe Control Magic here. I like the Rift, but I think it's the Control Magic. I'm right now concerned about alternate win conditions because I still have not found quite the reanimate cards I was wanting. Take a charge creature. Only during your turn, or is about to destroy each creature you post control with a prey counter on it. Only during your turn. So, okay. So it's just a really expensive. They kill a lot of creatures. Okay. Maybe Serendipity Freet for the backup plan. Maybe Spellskite. I think it's Serendipity Freet. Yeah, Mindstone, so I can excel. And there's Legacy's Allure. So, well, the cool thing that has happened is I've gotten a lot of the really good blue cards. The not so cool thing that's happened is that I led myself towards a reanimate deck that I just really have fallen like maybe 1 or 2 reanimate spells short of, unfortunately. So, alright, Legacy's Allure. Probably, almost surely the best card here for the colors. I mean, Jace Valerian's definitely good, but and Riftwing Cloudscape will work as I lean more heavily towards blue. Okay, I just have all the blue cards. Hopefully this is a good deck. Okay, and the Tempest Djinn came back, so I mean, maybe I think it's better than Dissolve. I already have Forbid. Okay. Maybe I get the Serendipity Freet back, and it's like a blue value deck. Counter spells and flyers. It could work. I've seen worse things happen. I don't know. Cards I don't want to play against here are probably Lumbering Falls. I'm not really scared of Birthing Pod. And Mana War came back. So, like, cards that I've considered and passed have come back for mono blue. I guess if I really wanted mono blue, it would be either Sure Harvester here, because that's the only card that fits in that deck. I'm not splashing red. I have no way to get white or early for land tax. I'm more afraid of this card. Serendipity Freed. So, okay, so maybe I'm mono blue. I don't know how to build this deck now. It could be done, though. It could be done mono blue. And I have a lot of powerful cards for mono blue. It's not really where I intended to head, but might work. The sad part about it is that cuts out my Grizzlebrand and makes Looter Ilkor a lot less impressive. Let's see. Let's just cut all the black cards, just as a thought exercise. I don't think it's mono blue really, but I think my reanimate strategy fell quite a bit short. So that's the cards I have that are blue that I can play, and so then I can like put in Negate. I do have some pretty powerful blue cards, don't get me wrong. It's not a bad blue deck. I could put in Relic of Progenitus just as a cantrip. It's not the worst deck I've ever seen. It's probably nowhere close to the best. It does have Jace the Mind Sculptor, which makes it better than a pretty good handful of decks. Alternatively, the Reanimate deck, I do have some dig. I have Careful Study, Sleight of Hand, Looter, and Jace can help me dig for the Reanimate spell. And then I have one way to reanimate, and then one way to just put Grizzlebrand into play from my hand, basically, only as a token. But that's only if... things kind of work out. The thing about the black too, though, is it gives me a way I can cast the Grizzlebrand late game if I can't reanimate it, and also I can use cards like Chainer's Edict and Fatal Tomb or Fatal Push and Disfigure to control their creatures, and Dragonlord Silumgar. Of course, I could just make a very small splash of black for those cards. Maybe that's better. Is Aethersphere Harvester a card that... Alright, it's Crew 1. You only get to lifelink it twice. Not great. So, but at least the looter can crew it. But there's not a lot of cards in my deck that I'm going to be crewing it with. I'm not going to be crewing it with Phantasmal Image very often, so I don't think it's a great card either. Okay. Gonna have to figure this thing out. I mean, I think with careful study, sleight of hand, and Jace, and the looter, maybe I have some potential, and I've got Jace the Mind Sculptor as well that I can draw to my Exhume. It's just Exhume is like one of those spells you really want to cast it quickly too, which, I mean, it's just really rough when you just don't have it. It's only a 40 card deck, so, you know, but it just seems, maybe I run Dark Ritual as an extra kind of way to help get Grizzlebrand out quickly. I do think the more powerful deck involves black and the more synergistic deck, so it's not this. Okay. So it does involve Grizzlebrand, it does involve Exhume, and Chainer's Edict, Fatal Push maybe, Entomb, Duress, probably, maybe Dark Ritual, maybe Dragonlord Silumgar. I don't have to have Riftwing Cloudskate. I don't have to have Mind Stone, but I kind of like it. I'm not super excited about it actually. Because I guess it's accelerating to Jace. That's one reason I do like the Mind Stone, and Dark Ritual does not do that for me. And Mind Stone helps to get to Dragonlord Silumgar a little quicker. I mean, it's just a good all-around utility card. It is hard to say no to. Okay, I don't have to do Fatal Push. Main deck. I don't have to do Riftwing Cloudskate. I don't have to do Muldrifter. The cool thing is I have a couple of good targets for Exhume, but the not so cool things are that I just don't have a lot of ways to kill them. Inferno Titan. Looking at you. Grizzlebrand, like, I guess I could play Volrath Stronghold as a way to recur Grizzlebrand. I said I was not going to play that card, but I might. So, I do need to cut 2 cards. I think I like Control Magic. Don't love Muldrifter here. I don't have any great synergies with it. It's just not that powerful. Arcane Artisan is only powerful because of Grizzlebrand, but I think I keep it because of Grizzlebrand. One more card I'd like to cut, maybe the Cloudskate. I think I like Vincer better than the Cloudskate. I'd like to play Inferno Titan. I just don't have that many ways to reanimate. I mean, I just can't play that many reanimation targets anyway, because I just don't have that many ways to bring them back. Play Talrand. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 10. 10 ways to trigger Talrand, which does make flyers. I mean, it's an extra way to win. I think mostly I'm winning by stealing their creatures, though. But that may be a thing I need. I don't think I need the Cloudskate. And I think... God, I kind of want to play the Talrand. My spells are not that powerful. I could... None of this is that good. Unfortunately. I mean, I think I just run with it like this. I think this is the best. And Negate is probably a card that should be in here. Maybe over Fatal Push or Chainer's Edict. Because I do have ways to steal their creatures. This deck is really leaning on drawing in the right order and having some things line up well. I think I have enough. You can never have enough counterspell. But yeah, I probably have enough counterspell. Okay. So I'm going to put in the Watery Grave and the Bloodstained Mire. And maybe, like, I'd like to be able to cast Grizzlebrand. If I put 4 swamps, that leaves me with 11 islands. That's a lot of ways to get blue. I could put 5 swamps. That might be a bit much, but that's 7 total ways to get black. I think that's reasonable. I've got Sleight of Hand and Careful Study and things to kind of help me with that stuff. So, okay. And that's what the computer says to do. So that makes it easy, right? Alright. So I managed to make it through the draft portion without completely running out of time. Anyways, I'll see you guys back here for round 1.